Revered. The Berditchever Rebbe, Rabbi Yitzchok, once called his shamash and told him that a man called Naphtali Hertz was near death, and that if indeed he did pass away, Rabbi Yitzchok wanted to be notified about the funeral arrangements. The shamash was quite surprised, since Naphtali Hertz had a reputation as a selfish miser, never giving charity or showing concern for others. The faithful shamash, however, did not question the Rebbe, and when Naphtali Hertz passed away, the Rebbe was informed and made plans to attend the funeral. Word quickly spread around the town that Rabbi Yitzchok was going to Naphtali Hertz's funeral. No one could believe it, but they reasoned that if the Rebbe went, they should go as well. As the Hasidim followed behind the Rebbe, they couldn't contain their curiosity. One of them asked him, "Naphtali Hertz's reputation is not a secret. Why would the Rebbe give him the honor of participating in his funeral?" The Berditchever Rebbe explained that he knew much that they didn't know. "I was involved with 3 Dinei Torah, religious arbitrations, with Naphtali Hertz, and they, more than anything else, revealed his true character." The Rebbe then told them the following 3 episodes. A number of years ago, a businessman in town lost an enormous amount of money. As an agent for other merchants, he had been carrying the huge sum of 100 rubles with him and had misplaced it. He became frantic and searched all over, trying to retrace his steps, asking everyone he saw if he knew where he had left the money. As he went from synagogue to synagogue, making his frenzied announcements, Naphtali Hertz went up to him and quietly said that he had found the 100 rubles. Hardly believing his sudden change of fortune, the businessman was ecstatic and followed Naphtali home, where the money was returned. A few days later, it suddenly dawned on the businessman where he had probably left the money. He had made an unexpected stop and had hidden the money there for the moment and had forgotten about it. He ran back to that place, and sure enough, the money was there, hidden in a small sack exactly where he had left it. He searched from shul to shul, looking for Naphtali Hertz, and when he located him, thanked him profusely for his kindness and tried to give back the 100 rubles. "It was noble of you to give me the money," said the businessman. "I realize that you gave it to me out of the goodness of your heart. Here, please, take your money. I found my own." "No," said Naphtali Hertz, "you keep it. I gave it to you with no thought of getting it back." "But it's not my money," protested the businessman. "I can't keep it." "Now it's yours," answered Naphtali Hertz. Realizing that he could not persuade him, the businessman brought the kind-hearted Naphtali Hertz to me for a din Torah to settle the matter. That was the first case. The second din Torah involved a husband and wife who were having financial problems. The husband decided to go overseas to make some money and then come back to support his wife and children properly. His wife was distraught at the thought that her husband would leave her alone with the children with no means of support while he was away. When she threatened to divorce him, he told her that the rich Naphtali Hertz had agreed to give her a weekly stipend every Thursday. Actually, no such arrangement had been made, but the woman, being a simple, trusting soul, believed her husband's fabrication. The first Thursday after her husband was away, the woman went to Naphtali Hertz's place of business. "I'm here to collect my money," she said, not believing for a moment that it might be a hoax. At first, Naphtali Hertz didn't understand what the woman wanted. "What money?" he asked. The woman became frightened and pale. She said, "My husband told me that you and he had agreed that you would give me money every week until he returned." And she told him the story of her husband's departure and how he had made an arrangement with Naphtali Hertz to support her and the children until he returned. Yes, said Naphtali Hertz, realizing what must have happened. "Excuse me, I'd forgotten all about it. I've been so busy." He then gave her a goodly sum of money and continued doing so week after week until the man returned, almost 2 years later. When the husband finally returned, he expected to find his home in worse condition than when he had left. Instead, he noticed some improvement. His wife didn't seem to be lacking for anything, and his children were happy, well-fed, and clothed. Surprised, the husband asked his wife how she had managed while he was away. "Oh," said the wife, "maybe you forgot, but the arrangement you made with Naphtali Hertz was wonderful. He's been so good to us. He gave me money every Thursday, just as the two of you had agreed. He didn't miss even 1 week." At his first chance, the husband ran to Naphtali Hertz and begged forgiveness. He thanked him from the bottom of his heart and said that he would spare no effort to repay every cent. Naphtali Hertz wouldn't hear of it. "I gave it to a family that was in need, and I never dreamed of getting the money back." Here again, the man tried in vain to convince Naphtali Hertz to accept payment, but it was hopeless. In desperation, he summoned Naphtali Hertz before a din Torah to get a ruling on whether he should be forced to take back any money. That was the second case. The third din Torah involved a very poor man who sought to borrow money from Naphtali Hertz. He approached him for the loan, and Naphtali Hertz said to him, "Who will be your guarantor? I can't take a chance lending you money. I must be assured that someone will repay me if you can't." The poor fellow knew that no human being would back his loan. His poverty was obvious, and his poor credit was common knowledge. "Hashem will be my guarantor," the poor man answered. Naphtali Hertz said, "Good. Him I trust." He lent the poor man money for 6 months. When the 6 months were up, the poor fellow couldn't repay the loan. Being embarrassed, he didn't even contact Naphtali Hertz. Months went by, and the poor man still couldn't repay the money. Since Naphtali Hertz didn't contact him, the poor man did nothing except hope that his fortunes would change. Finally, after 2 years, he came into some money, and with much embarrassment approached Naphtali Hertz to repay his loan. "That won't be necessary," said Naphtali Hertz. "Your guarantor has already paid back the loan." "How is that?" wondered the startled fellow. "The day that you were supposed to pay me," explained Naphtali Hertz, "my business started becoming more profitable than ever. That was Hashem's payment for your loan. It has more than covered the amount." Naphtali Hertz steadfastly refused to take any money from the poor man. The poor man brought him for a din Torah. This, continued the Berditchever Rebbe, was the kind of man Naphtali Hertz was. Extremely discreet, but committed to tzedakah and chesed in their truest forms. The funeral continued with reverence and appropriate tributes for the hidden tzaddik.